There is nothing you can say about Alexander Usyk except the dude he's an all-time great. He's proven it. In his era for the heavyweights, this is a dude that started at cruiserweight, became undisputed at cruiserweight. But Alexander Usyk proved that he is top five, top three best fighters on the planet, legitimately. I mean, he smashed Daniel DuBois, and I knew that he was going to drop him with a counter because Daniel Duval was walking into those punches and he was nailing him in exchanges because his head was right there down, down the line to land a counter. Wasn't much head movement going in, walking a straight line, walking back in a straight line. People don't understand when it pertains to boxing, you have to use head movement going in and going out, something that guys like Amir Khan didn't know how to do. And that's why you would always see them getting hit with counters that would basically hurt them and cause them to struggle in fights. This guy Usyk is just good, and you just got to give him credit. I've interviewed him like maybe, I think I interviewed him about once or twice. He doesn't speak very good English, or he doesn't want you to believe he speaks very good English. But at the end of the day, you got to give the man his just due. He was winning every round. Duval had his moments. What he tried to do, he was trying to apply pressure, force the action, and basically let his hands go, and that was his game plan. And he went for broke, and unfortunately, he got broke down and he got stopped. But it was a good fight, man, for as long as it lasted. But I knew, seeing in the early rounds how he was getting hit with those counters, that eventually that one of them was going to drop it, and he got dropped with the exact punch I knew he was going to get dropped with a counter. Then basically the hook dropped him again, pretty much sealed his fate. The one thing about Usyk, he can hit you from any angle because he can fight going backwards. He can fight off the ropes. He really don't have no weakness, to be honest with you. to be honest with you. And, even though Usyk was doing all that running, I'm just joking. He wasn't running, at the end of the day, that's just something that they use for black fighters. But Usyk did what you're supposed to do. Use head movement, try to set traps for your opponent and catch him with shots, turning him. You're not supposed to stand still and exchange with somebody. That's just stupid. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I can't even. I don't have nothing against Usyk. Usyk ain't. He a decent person. I don't got nothing against him because I'm gonna be honest with you. It's no need for me to. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no need for a third fight with Tyson Fury. He's beaten Tyson Fury twice. He's beat him more decisively in the second fight. This time, I think he's going to stop Tyson Fury. So that's all that's going to happen. If they fight again in April, as they had planned, Usyk is going to stop Tyson Fury. I believe without a shadow of a doubt, he will stop him in the next fight. Well, he getting up there. Now, the thing is with Usyk, his generation, his era, he probably the best of his era, even though he fought primarily at pretty much cruiserweight and moved up. But when it's all said and done, he's going to be an all-time great. He's going to be a top 10. He's going to be a top 10. See, the thing is, I don't want to compare him because, see, this is when it's going to get misconstrued, and then it'll come to a point of where I already know people going to try to use that angle. Could he have beat Ali and those type of dudes? That would be difficult. I don't know if he could have beat a prime Muhammad Ali or a prime Frazier or a prime Larry Holmes. I don't know if he could have beat those type of dudes, but the guys that he's beating now, they're solid fighters. right now, even though Usyk is what, almost what, 36, 37? Nah, he ain't beating no Lennox Lewis. Nah, he not beating Lennox Lewis. No, he wouldn't have beat Lennox Lewis. No, absolutely not. Nah, he wouldn't have beat Lennox Lewis. I don't think he would have beat a prime Evander Holyfield. I think he wouldn't have beat a prime Mike Tyson, but he's good in his era. And Lennox Lewis was too big, too strong, and he could hit. And then he had one of the best, and he had a very good jab. Um, Lennox Lewis would have been too much for him. It would have been interesting to see how he would have fared against the Klitschko brothers, even though they from the same place. I think he might have. I think he might have would have been able. I think he might have been able to do something with both of them. I think he struggles a little bit against Vitali, but because Vitali had an iron chin, he had a good chin. Now I think Vladimir, if he caught him flush, he might have been able to stop him. But Usyk can box. DuBois should have quit. He was getting pummeled. Yeah, those I already knew. I already knew the inevitable was gonna come when I was seeing how he was getting hit flush with those counters, and then he was walking in the shots. But DuBois had a good game plan. Come forward, press the action, and apply pressure. But the problem is when he was backing up, sometimes he was getting caught coming in, and he was getting caught coming out. Usyk is a master of timing. Yeah, that's the problem. And when he walks in, his face is out. His face is out for a counter. That's what I'm saying. When he walks back, you can counter. That's the same problem that Amir Khan had. And that's why, I'm definitely gonna respond to the video that Roy Jones put out where he was, listen, I'm gonna say this once again. Amir Khan wouldn't have beat no Floyd Mayweather. I'm just keeping it one. I just watched the Danny Garcia fight earlier this morning, and Danny Garcia was catching him with shots throughout the fight. He was catching them with overhands. He was catching them with hooks, and Danny Garcia started to get that timing coming in. And all Danny Garcia did is wait after those 4, 5, 6 punch combinations, and he landed that counter. Nah, Amir Khan wouldn't have beat no Floyd Mayweather. Floyd would have probably struggled for the first 2, 3, maybe even 4 rounds, and then he would have started picking Amir Khan apart. One thing about Amir Khan, like I said, that he always struggled with, if you started to bring the fight to him and you started to get off first, then Amir Khan would start to panic, and then he would start fighting schizo. Like I said before, he had a life and death fight with Peterson. He had, like, come on, man. He struggled against Chris Algieri. Like, come on, man. He wasn't beating no Floyd, and Roy need to stop it. He need to stop it. Yeah, he 27, but he just can't like do nothing with Usyk. He just can't. I don't think nobody can do nothing with that dude right now. He just better than everybody. Unless he have a fight where he just get old overnight, I don't see nobody beating him right now. I just think he can beat all those dudes. And then it's kind of like him being 6'4". He like the perfect size. He's not extremely tall, but he's not extremely big or extremely small. He's just like right there. Yeah, I had to laugh. I mean, Roy, I love Roy, but Roy is delusional. Well, I don't want to say he's delusional. And um, I'm gonna get Brian Norman Jr. on the phone, and I'm gonna try to see what's going on with this Devin Haney thing. I'm gonna see what's going on with that. I'm gonna get either Bill on the phone, or I'm gonna get Brian Norman Jr. on the phone and find out. From my knowledge, the fight is not officially off. They're just having issues about when to start um, the random drug testing. And at the end of the day, people can't get mad. People can't get mad at Devin and Bill and their stance on this. But at the end of the day, I know Brian Norman. I know him pretty well. I don't think them dudes is crooked. I don't think it's nothing crooked about them. And it could be gamesmanship. Could be gamesmanship. So that's why I'm not like putting too much stock into this, and everybody is getting upset. And I'm not putting too much stock into this until I officially hear from either one of them saying that the fight is off. And y'all already know I have inside access to both of them. Yeah. So my thing is, you have every right to make sure you don't get screwed again. And for people sitting up here being mad and all this kind of stuff, being mad at the Haneys, it's easy for you to be mad at somebody if it didn't happen to you. But people think ass backwards these days. But listen, Town is on the job. I'll have something for you guys. If not later on today, maybe tomorrow. So trust me. I just think, like I said, I think this could just be gamesmanship. You know, I just think it could be that. And that's basically, this is just something that's going to draw intrigue and interest to the fight. Listen, both of these dudes know what they doing. Both of them. So we'll see. We'll see. Can we get Brian Norman on here like later on? But yeah, let's get back to Usyk. And in the last 5 years, Usyk has, listen, he showed his dominance. Listen, he's had some hiccups. Listen, I'm going to say this. This is just real talk. Styles make fights. Everybody is going to have a hiccup. Everybody going to have that one fight in their career where, now I don't know about this. When it happened with Floyd in the first Castillo fight, happens to everybody. It happened with Dre in the first Klitschko fight. Even though I thought Dre won both of those fights, but everybody had one of those fights where they don't look how they supposed to look. It just happens. You fight for a living. So, but since he's went up to heavyweight, he's been dominated Joshua twice, and he just know how to beat taller dudes. He just knows how to like really beat dudes that are taller than him. And like I said, Tyson Fury, to me, Tyson Fury just coming out of retirement for a payday, because he's not going to win. If somebody didn't beat you twice already, just like Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's the third fight, I had no doubt that Katie Taylor was going to win that third fight. And this time she didn't. Yeah, it wasn't like what the first two fights was, but Katie Taylor thought to herself, listen, I didn't beat her twice. All I got to do, if I fight the way I'm capable of fighting and controlling the pace of the fight, making her fight my fight, I'll win this fight going away. And to me, she won the fight going away. I don't know what those broadcasters was talking about. Katie Taylor easily won that fight. She easily won that fight. 6-4. I mean, for real, 6-4. Maybe 7-3. She clearly won that fight. And it wasn't even debatable. So Tyson Fury basically in April, he just going into a third fight to get knocked out. He will get knocked out. He's gonna get stopped this time. Okay. Almost got knocked out in the second fight. Actually, almost got knocked out in all of the fights. What's gonna happen? Usyk is gonna watch. And one thing I like about Usyk and their team, they don't pretend not to watch tape. They're gonna look at what they did in the second fight that helped them dominate and basically distance themselves and a clear-cut victory in the second fight, and they're just gonna use that to get the stoppage. Tyson Fury is gonna get stopped in the third fight next year. It's gonna get stopped. And Parker is going to suffer the same results. He's going to beat Parker. I don't see nobody beating Usyk right now. It's going to take a truly gifted fighter to beat that dude. And the funny thing is, he doesn't look like show a lot of finesse when he fights. He looks basic how he fights, but he isn't basic. One thing I've seen about Usyk, he got some of the best timing that I've ever seen a fighter have. That dude is a master of timing. I'll put it to you this way. If I was a boxer and I was like training and getting it and trying to get my feet wet and boxing on how to like perfectly like time somebody and try to catch somebody with counters, I watch footage of him and how to turn somebody and hit him and hit them going backwards. Yeah, I'd watch fights with him and Floyd. And the thing is, with Usyk, he could take a punch, and he will definitely exchange with you. Even when DuBois hit him with some hard shots, hit him with a couple of lead lefts, he still was able to counter. So it wasn't like he would back up all the time and reset. I'm talking about he would be like, all right, well, I got one for you. Well, that's what I'm saying. If I was like a boxing coach, and the thing is, he got movement too. He know how to jump in, jump out, rotate to the left, rotate going backwards, and then come back in. When I say the dude got like for real, his footwork is man. I could tell they was probably watching a lot of footage of black fighters, but they'll never give us credit. That's a black fighter style. Um, they was talking about possible retirement. Then they talking about Joseph Parker. Then there's talking about a third fight with Tyson Fury. Next year. I mean, he took minimal damage, so I don't think there's no reason why he couldn't get another fight in this. This year. And it's only July. I don't see why he couldn't return. I don't see why he couldn't return like maybe October or November. I'm pretty sure he'll get another fight. He'll get another fight in, to close out the year. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I wasn't paying too much attention who was in his corner, and I don't know too much about his background, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. People talk shit about black fighters and this and that and say we do this, but then at the end of the day, what happens? You have to emulate a black style mixed with your own to be successful. So, it is what it is. And that's cool. That's cool. At this point, and I'm gonna talk about that. At this point, I don't even think a third fight with Tyson Fury is necessary. I don't. But I guess Tyson Fury is just coming there to get knocked out because he's gonna get knocked out. I got Usyk stopping Tyson Fury within 6 rounds. He gonna beat Tyson Fury down. And one thing I like about Turkey, if he's involved, Turkey is making sure, at least for the most part, the fighters are on the up and up. He's making these fighters take take VADA testing. And if Turkey doesn't seem to have a problem with VADA, then so much for these, people in the comment section talking about snack and all this kind of stuff. Like, y'all need to understand, VADA is basically the middle people. But you got people that's so anxious for clicks, and then you got people that want to come in somebody's comment section to basically speak on something that they don't even know what the hell they talking about. But that seems to go on a lot these days. Just like everybody know what's supposed to happen with Shannon Sharp. People don't understand the guidelines when somebody say that basically they admitted to consensual, but I forgot what was the other word he used. So basically, they said they reached a solution, and in case has been thrown out of court, dismissed with prejudice, which means it can't ever be brought up again. And all likelihood, he's gonna make her sign some NDAs, some confidentiality things, basically no books, none of that stuff. Probably make her get off social media. But I can tell you this much, Shannon Sharp didn't pay no $50 million. Now I know it's a couple of dudes out here being Tony Busby groupies and being vigilantes for fighting for women, and y'all need to listen to that song by Project Pat. Some women, you can't save some women that don't want to be saved. And you got some of these dudes that want to become a catalyst and be a YouTube Captain Saberhole, or now all of a sudden, now these dudes is YouTube attorneys. Now they got the imaginary YouTube law degree. Nevertheless, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a breather. Of course, we'll be back later on tonight. So, Damien, I'm gonna hit you in IG, man. I'm gonna hit you in IG, and hit me in IG, Damien. This is your boy Town. I'm out.